Welcome, 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 my homies, to the Please Do Tell podcast, where age is just a number and stories know no bounds. I'm Ronnika, your millennial storyteller, here to bridge the generation gap, one captivating narrative at a time. In each episode, we embark on a journey together, exploring shared experiences, heartfelt connections, and the timeless art of storytelling. From the wisdom of baby boomers to the perspectives of Gen Z, there's a tale for everyone in our diverse tapestry of human experiences. So grab your favorite beverage, settle into your comfiest chair, and prepare to be swept away by tales that resonate across generations. Get ready for insights, laughter, and moments that remind us of our shared humanity. Now, without further ado, let the storytelling begin. Hey, my homies! Welcome back for another episode of Storytelling. We are in the month of August, and I know on the past few episodes I've been having props, so here we are. You see, I'm over here taking off my nail polish from the previous episode, and we're going to be doing more. And then, of course, if you see glasses, I'm ready for a story, okay? So not only is this the month of our anniversary, Jake, I might need some applause because as of Sunday, it makes 4 years that we've been doing the Please Do Tell podcast. Are you ready? Are you ready for more? Can you believe it? It's been a couple times that I've wanted to say like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Nah, but you all show up time and time again and tell me to keep going. So I appreciate you and thank you for being my homie and being a part of this journey with me. Woo! So the month of August also reminds me of band camp when I entered high school. The 2-a-days practicing alongside the football team on the practice field after after I share this story, I'm going to no. After I know, let me think. When did I do this? I think it was for Throwback Thursday. About 2 weeks ago, I posted about my first day as a freshman. I actually was in the newspaper. My mom found this article that, because back in the day, the elders would cut out the clip, the article, the newspaper clip, and mail it to you. So I wonder if that was. I mean, we used to get the newspaper, but I feel like my grandmother or somebody did that to me and said, "Oh, I seen the news," and then has the clip inside of a card. So I probably feel like that's what it was. So I uploaded that photo, and people were starting to share it and talk about it, and just reminiscing on our days in the Tiger Marching Band in Benton Harbor, Michigan. But I'll be sharing some stories from y'all because I asked y'all to, when you could, send in some stories, right? So I'm going to share a little bit of my own story. And then I got plenty of Bandcamp stories, but there's one that was sent in that I'm like, okay, let me read this one to y'all too. So I'm actually choosing the color of garden variety for this week, and that makes me think about summer and also Bandcamp because growth. That's why we were in Bandcamp, to make sure that we were prepared and we were ready to look really beautiful and polished on that football field come the fall for the first home football game. So the first week of band camp consisted of being a freshman and waiting for your parent or guardian to come and pick you up from school. Let me tell you how cruel kids can be. So we would sit outside. This was after band camp in August of, well, I don't really need to give you, it was in the summer. It was in August. It was a couple of us outside waiting on our ride. So clearly it was before I had a license. And because listen, with those 2-a-days, let me rewind. Our schedule was you showed up at 8 a.m. in the summer, August. Like we got a whole at the beginning of August at that. You show up at 8 a.m. and you practice from 8 to noon, and then you get a break, and then you come back and you practice for the second half. So we pretty much practice 8 hours a day. Yeah, because I think we had a 4 hour break, 3 4 hour break. It depends on if we had something really coming up, pressing coming up. But yeah, we would practice for 8 hours a day. Tiger Marching Band used to practice 8 hours a day, starting in August. And this was every weekday. And then football season, we would practice after school. So you can only imagine. My sister was in the band as well. My brother was, he played sports. So, I mean, that was a different schedule. So my dad was saying that with us being so active in school, he couldn't wait until we were able to take driver's ed, get a license. He'd get us a little beater for around town, and he wouldn't have to pick us up, drop us off, because the high school was actually across town. So it's not like I could walk home like the rest of my friends for the break. So I'm outside waiting. I wonder if Ashley even remembers this story. We were outside waiting. She could have walked home. I think sometimes she would ride her bike. We were outside, and lower class, so the upperclassmen were still just kind of hanging around because they were driving or they didn't stay far from the school. And cars started to pull in the parking lot. The dozens would begin. They would start talking about each other. And then they would notice cars that were coming in the parking lot. And as ninth graders, you're already nervous because you're like, am I awkward? It's a new space. Like, I'm wearing Aeropostale. You're thinking like, I'm not really like everybody else. I'm not trying to fit in. And then the cars start coming through the gate for pickup. And then you hear the upperclassmen just start saying, who car is that? Who mama car is that? Who daddy car is that? And you look and you're like, it's not the newest car. So you start getting nervous because I was thinking like, my parents have always had decent cars and they've always kept them up. And I thought, well, I don't think who's coming to get me today? Like, I was really thinking this. And when my mom watches the episode, she's going to be like, oh my gosh, this really happened. So my mom had a caravan. Well, it was three of us. And then, it was useful because even when the bus wouldn't show up, she would pack us all in the van and take us to school. So my mom had this caravan, and high school was a weird time where she was transitioning from one job to another. My parents weren't together anymore. And so it was like really different. It was just me and her. It was me and her just rocking. So I had her, she had me. And I knew that she was picking me up that night. But before that, it was this girl. Y'all, it was this girl that when I say maybe it was the guy that I was talking to. We're talking ninth grade. Guy I was talking to, I'm not sure. She couldn't stand my guts. And the summer had just started. And she was an upperclassman. All I kept thinking was like, good Lord, this is going to be a long school year. It's going to be long, 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 long. And the person the guy I'm actually talking about, he actually watches the episode. So, hey. And so it's me and Ashley sitting outside. And she said, well, when your mama coming? I said, man, the way they scoring on everybody's parents' cars, my mom comes last. And because they were like, well, why is she in the van? You just don't know where it's going to go. The girl is kind of standing. I'm not going to say her name. The girl was standing a little ways from us, and she actually knew her because she was in the same section as her. She wasn't in my section. And she said, so here go Ashley. She been effing with you, huh? I said, yeah, she's been. And Ashley, even to this day, she's the type of person that she doesn't like bullies. She doesn't like anybody bullying her friends. She's even like my cousin Perry would say, I will bully the bully. Like, we don't even play that. So we see the girl like take off walking like really, really fast towards the gate. And I was like, well, maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe she got a ride. Like, at least she's not around me. This car pulls up at the gate. She runs and jumps in the car. And here goes Ashley. Oh, that's her mama car? Like, it was, granted, it was on its last leg. It was on, I mean, last leg. And then she said, and she want to try to bully you, girl? Oh, no, we got ammunition now. And I thought in that moment, gosh, we are all the same. Like, we are, like, there's no reason why we should be talking about one another. We all going to the same high school. And that was one of those moments where I just like, she's just like me. Even though my mom's car is fine. It's not brand new, but why was she like over a guy? It was just so many things that were just kind of layered in there. But it was like in that one moment when I said, high school's going to be all right. Because of Ashley doing that. Just everybody at that moment that was in the parking lot where Ashley did it, everybody turned, looked at her jumping in that car in like lightning speed and pulling off. And then here Ashley gets on her bike and is like demonstrating how the car pulls off. I wonder if Ashley even remembers that moment. But I still can laugh about that because years later I ended up working with the same girl, and it was like nothing had ever happened. But band camp has so many priceless memories that I can laugh about until the end of time. A couple weeks ago, it was this big, dumb group chat. We were all on video FaceTime, and it was like the drum major from my freshman year all the way to the drum major of my senior year were on this call. So it was like the coolest thing. We were reminiscing about band camp. So they said, I really can't wait to hear these band camp stories that you'll be rolling out. But this is the one that I want to quickly read to you before we wrap up today, one that was sent in. And it's called Band Camp Blues. Thank you, Jake, because I'm going glasses for the story time, y'all. And somehow I'm matching a little bit, okay? All right. It was the summer of 1998, and 14-year-old Marcus stood nervously at the entrance of Roosevelt High School's football field. The scorching sun beat down on him, reflecting off the rows of tubas, trumpets, and trombones lined up in military precision. Band camp had officially begun. Marcus had always loved music. He played the trumpet in middle school, but joining the renowned Roosevelt high-stepping marching band as a freshman was a different beast altogether. This band wasn't just any band. Is this somebody? Did somebody write in talking about Ben Harbor High School? You changed? Okay, no, I'm gonna let it ride. This band wasn't just any band. It was a symbol of pride and excellence in the community. Known for its high-energy performances and intricate routines, the band was the heart of every homecoming parade and halftime show. As he stood there clutching his trumpet case, Marcus couldn't help but feel a wave of anxiety wash over him. The older students, seasoned veterans of band camp, moved with an air of confidence. They laughed, joked, and exchanged stories of past performances while Marcus felt like a tiny fish in a vast ocean. The band director, Mr. Johnson, a towering figure with a booming voice, called everyone to attention. Welcome to band camp, everyone. This week is going to be tough, but I expect nothing but your best. Let's get to work. The first day was a whirlwind of drills, music practice, and learning to march in sync. Marcus found himself struggling to keep up. He tripped over his own feet during the high-stepping routines and missed his cues more times than he could count. During a water break, he overheard a couple of seniors laughing about his less than graceful performance. Hey, freshman, you got 2 left feet or what? One of them teased. Marcus tried to laugh it off, but inside he felt even more nervous. What if he couldn't cut it? What if he became the laughing stock of the band? The next day brought more challenges, but also more laughable moments. While practicing a particularly tricky maneuver, Marcus got so tangled up in his own legs that he fell, causing a domino effect that took down half the trumpet section. There was a moment of stunned silence before everyone burst into laughter, including Mr. Johnson. Well, that's one way to make an impression, Mr. Johnson chuckled. Pick yourselves up and let's try that again. By midweek, the fatigue was setting in. The long hours under the sun, the constant practice, and the pressure to perform were taking their toll. Marcus found solace in the small victories, like the time he nailed a difficult note or managed to stay in step during a complex routine. He even made a couple friends, other freshmen who were just as nervous and awkward as he was. One particularly hot afternoon, the band was practicing a new formation as they were high stepping across the field. Marcus felt something squishy under his feet. He looked down to see that he had stepped in a patch of mud. With each step, the mud splattered up his leg, eventually covering his white sneakers and part of his uniform. The sight of Marcus trying to march with mud-covered shoes had the entire band in stitches. "Hey, Marcus, nice shoes," one of his new friends, Jamal, joked. Marcus couldn't help but laugh at himself. "Yeah, I call it the Muddy March. It's all the rage this season." By the end of the week, Marcus had found his rhythm. He wasn't perfect, but he was improving. More importantly, he was starting to feel like part of the band family. The older students who had once intimidated him now offered tips and encouragement. Mr. Johnson, despite his tough exterior, gave him a nod of approval during practice. The final day of band camp ended with a performance for the parents. As Marcus stood on the field, trumpet in hand, he felt a mix of nerves and excitement. The band started their routine, and Marcus gave it his all. When they finished, the crowd erupted in applause. Marcus scanned the audience and saw his parents beaming with pride. As he packed up his trumpet after the performance, Mr. Johnson approached him. "You did good, Marcus. Keep practicing and you'll be a valuable member of this band." Marcus grinned from ear to ear. "Thank you, Mr. Johnson." Walking home that evening, Marcus felt a sense of accomplishment. Band camp had been tough, but he had survived. More than that, he had found a place where he belonged, mud-covered, shoes and all. As he looked forward to the school year, he knew one thing for sure. He was ready to march to the beat of his own drum. Woo! That's our first story. So much fun. I love band camp. Okay, y'all. So I'm telling you, these band camps, mine, it can get a little out there. But just send in your band camp stories. I would love to read one with my homies online. So, and that brings us to the end of another episode, my homies, of the Please Do Tell podcast. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the power of storytelling. Your feedback means the world to me, helps others discover Please Do Tell. And remember, if you have a story you'd like to share about attending band camp for the month of August, let a sister know by emailing your audio clip or your story to pleasedotellpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and keep sharing your stories with the world. I'm your homegirl, Ronnika. Y'all, and this is Please Do Tell. See ya.